So you're thinking about moving to Phoenix, Arizona, but you're not sure what part of Phoenix you want to live in. And maybe you've heard some great things about living in Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, today I'm going to take you on a virtual tour of Scottsdale, ranging from South Scottsdale to North Scottsdale. I'm going to show you all the best places, the hot spots, and that's coming at you right now. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Todd Hall, founder of Phoenix Homes and Hotspots right here in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. If it's your first time visiting the #1 real estate resource here in all of Arizona, and you want to know everything there is to know about all the great homes, the beautiful communities, and the top hotspots that surround them, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, then smash that bell, and we're going to notify you every time we create a new video. Now, we're constantly getting phone calls, emails, and texts requesting more area information as well as tours of the Phoenix Metro. So if you're moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or thinking about moving to Phoenix, give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email, and we're going to be happy to give you the keys to our city. So here we are in Old Town Scottsdale. This is South Scottsdale 85251. And one of the things you're going to see down here is it is very, very urban. In fact, you have just all around me, you have restaurants, shopping, people walking, people biking, high-rise condos, beautiful residences. So we're really in the heart of the action. Just right down the street from me, you have shops and galleries. And I'm going to take you through that here on the virtual tour. But this is where all the action happens. So if you like nightlife, you like great restaurants, all sometimes even within walking distance, you're going to want to come down and check out this Old Town Scottsdale area. But I'm going to take you through South Scottsdale virtually right now. All right, Virtual Scottsdale, here we go. First of all, let's zoom out. I have a lot of information to cover here, and so I'm going to do it as quickly as possible, but as thoroughly as possible. So let's first of all zoom out so you can get an idea of where Scottsdale sits in the Phoenix Metro. The area that you see right now in blue is the city of Phoenix, which is really just the center of the entire Phoenix Metro area. And then you can see all of the shaded area to the east or to the right on the map is Scottsdale. Now, Scottsdale sits, like I said, it sits just east, but it's 31 miles long from south to north. It's 31 miles long and it's 11.4 miles wide at its widest point. Median home prices across Scottsdale as a whole, ranging from north to south, all of Scottsdale is $498,000. So it is the third priciest in all of Arizona. But again, depending on where you're moving from, the chances are that might actually be pretty affordable for you compared. Overall, Phoenix is pretty affordable and our property taxes are really low. So anyway, that's where Scottsdale sits. Now, as we zoom in a little bit closer, we're going to start out in South Scottsdale. And we're going to start out in a zip code 85257, which currently median home prices there are $363,360. So starting out in 85257, one of the things I really love about South Scottsdale is its central location to so many things. It's very easy to get anywhere in the valley. There's great freeway access. You can get north, south, east, and west really quickly. So you're going to see some of the things that are just right here in the vicinity. But we're going to start in the Vista del Camino Park. And the reason that I want to start here is because it's kind of the southernmost point in Scottsdale that as far as an attraction. What makes Vista del Camino Park an attraction in Scottsdale is, number one, it's beautiful parks, walking trails, but this is the southernmost point of the Indian Bend wash path. This is a wash path or a green belt bike, basically a bike trail that runs from South Scottsdale all the way to North Scottsdale. Now, when you get out of South Scottsdale and continue to go south into Tempe, this trail continues down, and I'll show you that here in just a few minutes. But this, again, is the southernmost point that you're going to find in Scottsdale for that bike trail. Now, if we look at this, you can see, you can start to see how this trail develops. And this green belt runs right through all these communities. So there's some really nice communities along this green belt. If we go a little bit north, we get to El Dorado Park. El Dorado Park has a skate park. There's softball fields. There's fishing lakes. There is frisbee golf. And so again, there's just a lot here. For anybody that lives right in this area, this is a park they really like to go out and enjoy. Take the dog out, ride your bike, take the kids out for a walk, hit the fishing lakes. Maybe you play softball over in this area, whatever it looks like. There's also, if we go a little bit north here, we're going to see that there's the aquatic and fitness center up there as well. So again, as we look at this, just a really nice greenbelt area for members of the community to enjoy. Now, moving on from here, we're going to go south. If you like shopping, we have the Tempe Marketplace, which sits just to the south of 85257 South Scottsdale. This is an open air marketplace, meaning that it's just open air walkways into all the stores. So you can get kind of a sense for it here as we zoom in. At the far end, you have Harkins Theater, which is a local theater. Actually really affordable. My family enjoys Harkins a lot more than the national brands like AMC. Harkins, you can get popcorn passes for the year. You can get soda refills, or you can actually get your soda. If you buy a soda cup for like $6 for the entire year, it's $1.50 refill. So anyway, really just the whole experience there is far more affordable, and the tickets are more affordable as well. Also, some good restaurants here. So again, if you enjoy shopping, the Tempe Marketplace just sits to the south of 85257. All right, moving on. We're going to go a little bit west of here over to Arizona State University. Let me take you on a very brief tour of Arizona State University. Obviously, you can come down here. You can enjoy ball games. You can see the football and basketball, football field, the basketball stadium, and baseball. It's all actually right here in this screenshot. Then as you move a little bit north, the Salt River, or what's referred to as Tempe Town Lake, separates, it doesn't separate South Scottsdale. I mean, north of that is Tempe, but South Scottsdale, again, just sits just to the north of this. So here you can see that this walking trail continues. Let me zoom in, and you can see along Tempe Town Lake there to the south, you can see that walking trail continue. Now, right here, it's called the Rio Salado Pathway. It's about 10.5 miles. It just continues to extend. As we move over to the west, we see Tempe Beach Park. Here you have different marathons start from here, different charity events. You have the huge 4th of July bash, concerts, all kinds of things happen at that Tempe Beach Park. And then as we go over to this main street here, this is Mill Avenue. And as we move up Mill Avenue, this is where, if you're old enough Gen Zer or even a millennial or somebody that just likes kind of that college atmosphere, some of the bars, restaurants, this is the world famous Mill Avenue that is right downtown, right there in ASU. And this is where everybody likes to go to hang out. And then if we continue to go south here, we're going to get to Gamage Theater. Okay, right down here is Gamage. And Gamage is, if you like theater, right? If you like Broadway shows and theater, Gamage is a place where you might choose to spend a little time while you're here in Phoenix. All right, moving on from ASU, if we go, we're going to go back up a little bit north. Phoenix Zoo sits just to the west of 85257, so the Phoenix Zoo is close. This is the Phoenix Zoo is the largest privately owned nonprofit zoo in the United States. It's on about 125 acres of land in the Papago Park area of Phoenix. Next, we're going to move to the east. Casino, Arizona sits on Indian reservation land just on the east side of the Scottsdale border, just east of the 101 freeway there. So that is sits on the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Reservation. And so that's Casino, Arizona, if you like casinos. Again, there's really something for everyone down here in this area. Sky Harbor, from where we started, Sky Harbor International Airport is about 15 minutes from the park areas where we started. So really close to 85257, and then you have downtown Phoenix. And downtown Phoenix is developed. If you were in Phoenix 20 years ago, you might have gone down to downtown Phoenix and you were like, what's going on down here? It's dead. Now you can go down there for ball games. You can go down there for a basketball game with the Phoenix Suns. You can go down there for an Arizona Diamondbacks game. But now there's great restaurants, nightlife, really awesome communities, high-rise condos, historic districts. They've done an amazing job over 20 years of building up downtown Phoenix to make it more of a destination. So that's about 18 minutes from 85257 in that park area where we started, about 18 minutes or so with light traffic. You also have light rail. So again, a lot of people are now choosing. This has become a really great place for people that just like the urban lifestyle to relocate to. All right. Next up, we have zip code 85251, also also South Scottsdale. 85251 is more commonly referred to as Old Town Scottsdale. So if you ever heard anybody say they're going to go to Old Town Scottsdale, 85251 is the area that they're referring to. Now, 85251 it just has a lot of charm. Median home prices here are $353,000. So remember, I mentioned earlier that the South Scottsdale homes are going to be older, but this is also where you're going to find the most affordability in all of Scottsdale. When we zoom in here and look at just the kind of the streets down here, we're going to go down to the Bronze Horse Fountain. And so when we look at this, if I can get a good view of it here, you're going to see, let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, now let me zoom back in now that the image is more clear. My internet connection is a little bit slow today, so bear with me. But again, you can see all of these are shops lined up and down these streets here. You have shops, galleries, restaurants, bars. This is what people look at and refer to as Old Town Scottsdale. This is Scottsdale Road. When we cross over to the other side of Scottsdale Road, you hit kind of the bar and nightclub district over on this side. Just really active. You go down here on a Friday, Saturday night, the streets are buzzing. You just have, unless it's maybe the summer, but even then, you just have lots of people on the streets. This is the most active, in terms of just action and activity, this is the most active area in all of Arizona. And so really desirable. Again, if you don't mind a little bit of traffic and lots of people, this might be a great place for you to live. This is the very first place I lived when I moved to Arizona, is right here in Old Town Scottsdale. And in a different video, I'll actually share that neighborhood with you because it's one of my favorites. But the cool thing was you could go down to the bars at night. And this was back in my bachelor younger days. You could go down to the bars at night and walk home. You didn't have to rely on, we didn't have Uber or Lyft back then, but you didn't have to rely on a taxi, or certainly didn't want to get in your car and drive. So again, you can just see how these streets are lined with all these galleries and shops. So this area brings in people of all different demographics, younger, older, more older during the day and younger at night. All right, moving on from here, we're going to go over to the Scottsdale waterfront. You see this big condo complex. If you like a condo lifestyle, the Scottsdale waterfront, this sits right along the canal. Let me see if I can get a good 3D view here. Okay, so here we go. All right, so this condo complex sits, all this to the left of these large condos that you see is all shopping and restaurants. Across the street, we have the Fashion Square Mall, which is the largest mall in Arizona. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But again, if you like condo lifestyle, there's some great condos down here. Again, if you check the links below, I'm going to shoot some other videos showing you communities. But really, again, just this area has developed so much in 20 years. Some of this was just vacant land when I moved here 20 years ago. And so today, amazing development that's taken place. And again, you can see the walking trails along the canal there. So just if you want to just get out and take a walk, ride your bike, it's all there. And then again, across the street, we have the Scottsdale Fashion Square. Again, this is the largest mall in the state of Arizona, about 2 million square feet of retail space, as well as upscale shopping, restaurants. Nobu just moved into the Scottsdale Fashion Square. And so you have a great movie theater here, some other theater, another theater inside of this. So again, really, really great destination. You can see there's just lots to do down here in Old Town Scottsdale. All right, moving a little bit to the west, if you like hiking, Camelback Mountain, I mean, all of this just sits, 85251 pretty much sits at the foot of Camelback Mountain as a general rule. So when you look at this, if you like hiking, some great views, first of all. If you're okay with a little bit more of a demanding hike, most people here think of Camelback Mountain as a little bit more of a demanding hike, where you're going to see a little bit later, hikes that are more are a little simpler, but Camelback Mountain, when you get up there to the top, some great views of amazing communities, downtown Phoenix. You can pretty much see 360 around the Phoenix Valley. So Camelback Mountain, another popular destination in this Old Town Scottsdale area. Then if we go over to the Scottsdale Stadium, this is right in the heart of Scottsdale. It's kind of in the middle of scenic downtown. It's a short walk from all the restaurants, clubs, and galleries that we just spoke about. And so this is the spring training home of the San Francisco Giants. Now, this is also the home of the Arizona Fall League as well. So this, again, just right there in that downtown 85251 area is the Scottsdale Stadium. They also do some different things as far as venues. You can rent the facility out for weddings and different venues, office parties or whatever it might be. Next, we have the Phoenician, which is a resort, just sits right on the border of 85251. So if you're coming out to visit, you like luxury, the Phoenician, you've probably heard of it. If you're familiar with Arizona or Phoenix at all, maybe you've been out here before. But the Phoenician, a beautiful resort, 18-hole world-class golf club here as well. Amazing pools, sits literally, you can see, I mean, it sits at the foot of Camelback Mountain. So the room prices are a little bit pricey, but again, you're right in the thick of it. You're right in the heart of everything going on down here. Next up, we're going to head over to where are we headed? It's going to tell me in a second. It didn't zoom in on. Okay, so Arcadia, 85018. Another great community. And the reason I put this here is this is a really popular community. Still older homes. Remember, a lot of these homes that we've talked about so far built in the 50s, maybe the 60s. Arcadia, the same thing, but sits right at the foot. It's a Phoenix address, but sits right at the foot of Camelback Mountain. The reason I bring this up, though, is there's a lot of great restaurants throughout this neighborhood as well. And even as we continue over even further west into the Biltmore, here's the Arizona Biltmore, which is another beautiful resort area. Another place you may choose to stay when you come out. More great golf in this area, shopping, restaurants. So let me zoom this back out again real quick, and you can see from where we started, this is a little bit west. So all the way here to the right, we have, in the red highlight, we have 85251, but all this area to the west, some great restaurants, shopping, golf courses, resorts. It's all right there for you.
So moving a little bit north into the central Scottsdale corridor area. This is home, of course, I mentioned earlier, we're gonna have home prices are a little bit up. We also have newer homes. Now we're starting to move into some really nice master plan communities, some great resorts in this area, some fantastic parks out here, and some really nice views of Camelback Mountain in this area as well. So let's go ahead and take you on a virtual tour of some of my favorite hotspots of central Scottsdale right now.
All right, so let's move north a little bit, and into the area. Some people still consider this South Scottsdale, but I consider this Central Scottsdale. We're starting to get in more of the central area. So my team calls this Central Scottsdale. You may hear some people still refer to this as South Scottsdale. 85250 is the zip code. And inside of 85250, first of all, median home prices jump up just a little bit. Homes get a little bit newer. 396,370 are the median home prices in 85250 Central Scottsdale.
Paradise Valley sits just to the west. So this whole area, where you see a lot of highlight here, and then you see this whole area inside of all the highlights that is not highlighted. That is Paradise Valley. Paradise Valley, again, great restaurants. This is the most expensive These are the most expensive neighborhoods in all of Phoenix and actually all of Arizona. Median home prices at a little over 1.3 million right now today. This is just rolling hills, a lot of homes just sitting on hillsides. Again, great golf, some really nice restaurants. So that sits right here on the border of 85250 just to the west. Chaparral Park, one of my favorite parks. When I lived in Old Town Scottsdale, this was the park where I liked to take my dogs. Back then, they were puppies in the early 2000s. And so Chaparral Park, you have the lake, you have walking trails where a lot of people, you have some little workout places to stop and work out. If you move a little bit north, you have the softball fields. And so Chaparral Park, lots of things to do here. Really nice greenbelt area. This is the most unique feature is the playground that the city revealed in 2018. So they've done a lot of updating in Chaparral Park to make it really modern and just continue to make it really clean and beautiful down there. Just to the north, this was my favorite dog park, and actually the most popular dog park in Scottsdale is the Chaparral Dog Park. So that sits all the way to the north side of this particular park. You have 3 acres of grass, benches, play features, and then water fountains all there for your dogs at the Chaparral Dog Park. And then all the way to the north side of 85250, we have the McCormick-Stillman Railroad Park. Really cool spot for kids. This particular park is a 40-acre railroad park. It's located, like I said, at the kind of that northwest corner of 85250 in Central Scottsdale. You have some trains down there. You have a railroad museum. So it's just a really fun spot for the kids. You can go out, take a picnic lunch and just enjoy that. It's one of those things that at some point, if you live here, you know you're going to see it. And even if you're just visiting and you have kids, great spot to take them. Like I said, pack a lunch, head down there to the museum, check out the trains at the McCormick-Stillman. And then as we move east, we have the Talking Stick Resort. Talking Stick Resort, another casino. You can see just to the west of where you see the Talking Stick Resort here is Top Golf. And then you have 2 18-hole golf courses around the Talking Stick Resort. Talking Stick Resort, like I said, is a casino. A lot of big concerts take place at this venue. And then again, you have just some cool stuff around it. This again sits just to the west of Scottsdale. Well, actually, this is considered part of 85250, but really kind of sits on the opposite side or the east side of the 101, where a lot of that Indian reservation land is. So anyway, so you have the Talking Stick Resort there. Next up, we are going to head over to the Arizona Boardwalk. Arizona Boardwalk sits just north of the Talking Stick Resort. This is a one-of-a-kind entertainment destination that features 8 marquee attractions. You have the Odyssey Aquarium, Butterfly Wonderland, Artifact Exhibition, Laser and Mirror Maze, et cetera, et cetera. So again, just a cool spot. If you have a family, great place to take the kids, enjoy an entire day over here. And inside of this, you do have the Odyssey Aquarium. The Odyssey Aquarium is a marine aquarium and the largest in the Southwest United States. Holds more than 2 million U.S. gallons of water. It spans over 200,000 square feet. And there's over 30,000 animals and 500 different species and 50 different exhibits there at the Odyssey Aquarium. So let's zoom in on this real quick, give you kind of a 3D look at what this looks like. But again, just a full day that you can spend with the family here at the Arizona Boardwalk. All right. And then as we head south, you have Scottsdale Community College. Okay. So we talked about ASU a little bit earlier. The Scottsdale Community College, again, sits on the Indian reservation land, just on the east side of the 101 freeway, just across from 85250, almost up in the corner of 85251 there. As you look over here, the red highlights or the red shadowing here is 85251. And then everything inside of this blue shadowing is 85250. So it just sits right there on the border. But That's Scottsdale Community College. And then moving north. So let's move up north of 85250 as we continue to get north. Remember, prices go up. This is 85258 that you're looking at right now. 85258 is again, I consider Central Scottsdale. Median home price is $509,550 right now today. So again, but remember, the homes are newer, and now you're starting to get into more of master planned type communities. Where in Old Town Scottsdale or South Scottsdale, there's some nice communities down there. And by the way, the communities in South Scottsdale, a lot of it is being redeveloped now. A lot of it's being bought by investors and completely remodeled. So some beautiful homes down there. And then some of them are just original from the 1950s. But now we're starting to get into newer homes, master plan communities, and the prices go up. So $509,000 is the median home prices here in 85258. Now, as we scroll around 85258 here a little bit, we have the McCormick Ranch Golf Club, very popular. There's two different 18-hole golf clubs here, some really nice views of Camelback Mountain, lots of water. This is not your typical desert course that you might find or you might be accustomed to if you've come out to visit Arizona. This is more of a community golf course, meaning that you have, or a neighborhood golf course, meaning it's surrounded by homes, lots of lakes and water on this particular course, but it's not target practice. It's not that typical desert golf, but some really nice golf there at the McCormick Ranch Golf Club. We have the Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Salt River Fields are the spring training home to the Arizona Cardinals and the Colorado Rockies. Here they host a lot of festivals. In fact, right now we're right in the middle of this coronavirus madness, and my family is heading over there this weekend. They're doing some stuff. You can see some of the open fields around this. They're doing some drive-in movie theaters. I don't know exactly where they have it set up, but we're gonna take the kids over there this week. So they do lots of cool stuff. Like I said, festivals throughout the year. Obviously, ball games in March, and so that's the Salt River Fields, again, home to the Arizona. I said Arizona Cardinals. I meant Arizona Diamondbacks and the Colorado Rockies. All right, going back to the west, kind of the northwest side of 85258, we have the Gainey Ranch, the Hyatt Regency, which is a resort and spa at Gainey Ranch. This is, again, home to a lot of very affluent people, so this might be another place that you may choose to stay. By the way, I'm showing you kind of some of the places that people know. These are 5-star type of places. There's some other really nice places to stay throughout this entire area. I can't get into all of it right now, so don't feel like you have to spend $300 a night to stay in Scottsdale. That's not necessarily the case. Of course, it depends a little bit on the time of year. But again, this is really, you're going to have more of an affluent crowd. You have some great golf around this resort as well. Upscale boutiques, jewelry, bridal wear, shoes, all kinds of different shops there, cafes, spas, beauty salons, restaurants. So again, just another option for a place to stay while you're out here, and you're still really right in the thick of it. You can see that it's dense. This is still very, very urban. As we continue to go north, you're going to see it gets a little bit more rural, but it's still very urban and still right in the center of so much here in 85258. All right, moving to our north, we are going to now talk about 85260. This is the area that I call North Centro. So basically North Central Scottsdale. Median home prices here actually dropped just a little bit from 85258. 426,750 is your median home price in this area. Really some great shop, kind of an area known a lot for its shopping, as well as some golf in here as well. It's really hard to go anywhere and talk about any community anywhere in Arizona without talking about a little bit of golf. But let's start at Westworld of Scottsdale. Westworld is a premier internationally recognized multi-use events facility. It's annually hosts the Barrett-Jackson Classic Car Auction. So you may be one of those people that comes out every year for that. It falls in January, right around the same time, actually just right before the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Also hosts conventions, trade shows, concerts, equestrian shows, and other events. So really well-known venue here in the North Scottsdale area. moving to all the way over to the west and actually getting a little bit out of Scottsdale, but I want to show you a couple more spots over here. First of all, we have the Westin Kierland Resort and Spa. Again, another, hang on, let me zoom in here. Give you a 3D view. So the Westin Kierland Resort and Spa, again, you see golf courses everywhere. Scottsdale is just known for world-renowned golf. Westin Kierland is an inspiring retreat located in the heart of New Scottsdale, Arizona. Kierland Commons is right here. We're going to talk about it in a minute, which is some great shopping, beautiful pools at this resort, nice restaurants. So again, another place that you may choose to stay while you're out here. Just to the east of that, you have Kierland Commons, which is restaurants and shopping. And then across Scottsdale Road, this is Scottsdale Road we're crossing right now. This is the Scottsdale Quarter. Okay, so this is the Scottsdale Quarter area. Let me zoom and 3D you into this area, okay? This is all newer shopping, developed in the last 5 to 10, most of this developed in the last 5 to 10 years. Again, shopping, restaurants, bars, and just a lot of things that have been developed in this area. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So I'm trying to zoom you in so you can just get kind of a feel for how nice this is in here. I don't want to mess this up too much. It doesn't want to let me do what I want to do. And actually, this is a little bit older photo. There's still a lot of development going on right here. But anyways, this is a great place to take the kids. They have the splash pads. I'm sorry. So you have the splash pads for the kids. This is another one of those open air shopping areas, just like Kierland Commons is. And there's also a theater inside of here, inside of Scottsdale Quarter as well. All right, bringing it back out and zooming it back into, I missed something over here. Okay, so let's go back over. No, I didn't. All right. 85259. I actually call this East Scottsdale. It's actually kind of part of that North Central area. I call it East Scottsdale. It's almost kind of its own little thing. It sits over on the east side of the 101 freeway. Not as much here. Now you're starting to see, you have the mountains to the north. So you're starting to see it's not quite rural, but not as populated as what we were looking at in South Scottsdale. So now you can start to get into some of these communities that feel a little bit more private, a little bit more quiet, but still close to the freeway and very easy access to a lot of the things that you're going to want to access across the valley. So a couple of features in here. First of all, let's take you over to Fountain Hills, to the Fountain Park. Fountain Hills is the city that borders this zip code to the east. You may be familiar with it. If not, you're probably definitely familiar with the Fountain Park if you've spent any time out here at all. Fountain Park is kind of just the feature in Fountain Hills. It's the thing if you don't live there. It's the reason people go out there to walk around the walking and biking trails. The fountain at Fountain Park goes off every hour, so weather permitting, so long as it's not too windy or anything. And then again, some great parks, great place to take a lunch, have a picnic. You have a Veterans Memorial here as well. And so that's Fountain Park. It sits just to the east of 85259. Heading back into, or close to anyway, 85259. I thought I'd introduce you to one of my favorite golf courses, especially for the money. This is actually a Fountain Hills address, but you can see it sits right on the border over here in the purple on the left is 85259. Eagle Mountain Golf Club. This is kind of a mountain/desert golf course. Typically fairly affordable, especially compared to some of the other Scottsdale golf you're going to find, or area golf. Again, this is a Fountain Hills address, but one of my favorite golf clubs in all of Arizona. I love playing this course, and again, just some really beautiful mountain views. It is desert golf, so you're going to find a little target practice out here from time to time, where if you're not in the fairway, you're in the desert, but just some beautiful views, really amazing homes up in this area as well that surround this particular golf course. So that is Eagle Mountain Golf Club in Fountain Hills, just to the east of 85259 East Scottsdale. And then go back into 85259 Taliesin West is Frank Lloyd Wright's winter home, his former home, I should say. Now it is an architectural school. And in fact, they talked about shutting this. They were actually talking about shutting this down about 3 or 4 months ago. I saw an article that came out, and apparently they've decided to leave it open. So if you're ever out here, go out and visit it. I don't know exactly what the situation is, but you definitely want to check it out, especially if at some point in time they may close. It's worth the visit over into Taliesin West.
Hey, so here we are. We're in North Scottsdale, and you can see I'm at the foot of Pinnacle Peak Mountain right now, right outside this really nice gated community here in the North Scottsdale area. And one of the things that you see here, you probably noticed right away, is just the difference in landscape. We're in the foothills, so you have a lot of foothills out here, a lot of desert that we didn't have necessarily when we were down in the south. And so again, it's just different. It's more peaceful, it's more tranquil. You have some great city views. We're only 6 or 7 miles north of the 101 freeway, so you can still get down into the southern part of Scottsdale or anywhere in the valley fairly quickly using the 101 freeway. So it's not like we're out here too far now. I'm not all the way north. Certainly you can get 6 or 7 miles even further north, and it's even more quiet up in that area. But anyway, so let's get to the virtual North Scottsdale tour right now.
All right, let's now move a little bit north. We're going to go to 85255. Again, homes get newer. They also get more pricey. Median home prices in 85255 are $691,460. Okay, so that's 85255. Some of the features here are a lot of golf and a lot of resort. So you have the TPC Scottsdale. Now at the TPC, a lot of people just think of the championship course, which is where the Waste Management Phoenix Open is played. So you can see here, kind of in the center, you have that course that's where the Phoenix Open is played every single year. Kind of down here on the south side is where the 16 is. A lot of people, let me see if I can put my cursor over it. Right down here. That's 16. That's the hole that everybody always talks about. Waste Management Phoenix Open, by the way, is the most heavily attended golf event in the world every single year. More people come here for that than they go anywhere else to any other tournament. And then across the street, this is also TPC. This is the other course. So you have 36 holes of golf at TPC Scottsdale. I don't remember what I was going to say, but it wasn't that important. All right. Moving a little bit north, in fact, just bordering the golf course, the TPC golf course to the north is the Scottsdale Princess. Everybody here refers to it as the Scottsdale Princess. This is another great resort that you may want to stay at. It's a AAA 5-diamond hotel, and it hosts the inaugural Christmas at the Princess. So what they do is they set up a bunch of lights. They have a whole play area set up for the kids. They have Christmas lights. They have ice skating, lots of different places to eat here. And so that's kind of the big event. If you're ever out here during Christmas time, you have to check out Christmas at the Princess. That it takes place at the Hotel Fairmont Scottsdale Princess, more commonly again referred to here in Arizona as the Scottsdale Princess. All right, moving down to the southeast part, you have the McDowell Mountain Golf Club. It's one of the few premier public golf courses in Scottsdale, Arizona. There are a lot of public golf courses, just some of them, you're just going to find that some of them aren't as nice as others, right? So McDowell Mountain Golf Club is a premier golf club out here. It is again, public, it's a public golf course. And as we zoom out here, I'm just trying to give you a better look at it. Let's do a 3D. Okay. And again, some really nice community around it. All right. Moving north, we have the Greyhawk Golf Club. Sorry if you're not a golfer. It's just one of those things. Here in Scottsdale, we are known for golf. And so the Greyhawk Golf Club, again, you have two 18-hole world-class public championship golf courses. This was designed by former U.S. Open and PGA champion David Graham and also Gary Panks. So again, just great community here. One of the more prestigious communities you're going to find. Now, Greyhawk Golf Club, notice that we're still not too far from the 101 freeway. This still has pretty good freeway access, but you're also going to notice that we start to get a little bit more of a rural feel. You see a lot of open desert out here. So some of these communities, as we start to move north, once again, you're going to see that you just get a little bit more quiet, a little bit more privacy, a little bit less traffic as you move up into that area. Back down to McDowell Mountain Ranch Park and Aquatic Center. Okay. And again, that sits down near the McDowell Mountain Ranch Golf Club. This is now, by the way, the reason I incorporated this is mainly because this is the northernmost point of the Indian Bend Wash Path. So remember when we started out with the very first destination I showed you was the southernmost point. This is the northernmost point of that wash path. So you can see just how far, check this out, just how far that trail spans through Scottsdale. Let me see if I can show you this whole thing here, right? From South Scottsdale all the way up, again, to this aquatic center, okay? So long trail, again, it's just, you take a full day biking, grab your bike, grab a lunch, stop, picnic along the way. There's parks for the kids, whatever it might be, all along that trail. All right, moving on. Let's go north to the McDowell Sonoran Preserve Gateway Trail. Now we're starting again to get a little bit more rural. We're getting up into the mountains a little bit. And so the McDowell Sonoran Preserve Gateway Trail is a nature trail. It's a nature trail with a granite surface. It loops about a half mile from a welcome station and a map. So again, this might be a place, if you like the outdoors, that you might want to go check out while you're here, or it might be a place that you end up living there once you move out here. All right. Next up, we are going to move into 85262. Okay, so heading north again. Now look, when you look at this map, you can see what I mean when it gets more rural. Prices are also jumping here, right? We have newer homes, we have bigger homes, we have a little bit more privacy and seclusion. It's really, now we're starting to get in an area where the elite live. So 85262, excuse me, median home prices of $815,180 currently. Some of the features of this particular area, we have the Troon North Golf Club. My favorite golf course in all of Arizona, in fact, one of the best golf courses I've ever played, is Troon North. Yes, it's pricey. I'll give you a couple tips with Troon North, though. This time of year, when you're looking at winter, fall, winter, spring, you're going to pay $200 to $300 around at Troon North for the most part. However, in the summer, yes, we get hot. It can be 110, 115 degrees, but in the middle of the summer, I've actually played Troon North for $30. Course is still in immaculate condition. There's not very many people out there. Yes, it's hot, but since there aren't very many people out, you can play a really quick round and you can get it in for a really affordable price. This is really the hallmark of Scottsdale. It's a desert golf experience. There's two 18-hole championship courses out there. Again, one of my favorite experiences. The views are second to none out at Troon North. Pinnacle Peak Park, some of the views that you're going to see from Troon North, you're going to see Pinnacle Peak. And so Pinnacle Peak Park is a recreation area where you can do hiking and you just hike to the top. This is a much more moderate hike than what you might get at Camelback. So if you're somebody that likes the hike and enjoys it, but you don't necessarily want the really intense hike that you might get down south at Camelback Mountain, Pinnacle Peak would be a great hike for you up in North Scottsdale. Moving north, we have the Mirabel Golf Club. This is a private golf course. Some of these golf courses, now as we continue to get further north, not all of them, but some of these golf courses, you really need an invitation to get onto these courses. But if you can get out there, they're absolutely beautiful. You'd be one of the, like I said, it's not open to the public. So if you meet somebody that's a member, try to get on some of these golf courses, Mirabel being one of them. And again, you see really nice, big, beautiful homes that surround this golf community. Next up, McDowell Mountain Regional Park. Get it centered here. Here you have hiking, horseback riding, camping, and then you have a bike course here as well. So this sits just to the east into the mountains of this area. All right. And then last but not least, a zip code 85266, median home prices, again, North Scottsdale, $738,110. Again, when you're looking here, you see a lot of desert, a lot of undeveloped land. And so some of the features here are, of course, resorts and golf clubs for the most part, and restaurants. I haven't included restaurants in this, by the way. I'll do another video and show you some of my favorite restaurants in Scottsdale. This video is already long enough, but I really wanted to give you a feel for how this entire area lays out. So this was designed to do that, as opposed to showing you communities, restaurants, and some of the other hot spots. So I thought I'd just kind of show you how everything lays out here. But the Boulders Resort and Spa, it's a 5-star luxury place, a vacation rental home.
So there you have it, Virtual Scottsdale. Again, if you're moving to Phoenix, moving to Scottsdale, or thinking about moving to Phoenix or Scottsdale, Arizona, the Phoenix Metro, all you have to do, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'll set up your area tours. We'll show you some of our favorite hot spots. And of course, we'll get you all the information, area information that you need as well. Now, if you haven't already, be sure you do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And hit that alert, hit that bell, and that way we'll notify you every time we create a new video. Now check out some of my other really popular videos right here.